Welcome to the Simple Podcast. We will discuss things that are often forgotten in the world of education. With Miro Silawati, we will talk about simple things that are often underestimated in the world of education.
Okay, welcome to Simple Podcast. And in this episode, I come with one of my conscientious friends.
You are overacting.
Oh no, you are indeed a conscientious person. You are often aware of something simple actually, but it is very important thing. And in this episode it really fits for you because in this episode we will discuss assignment versus feedback. Okay, first we will talk about assignment. Fah, in your opinion, what is the meaning of assignment?
An assignment for me is a piece of work that is assigned to the students by their respective teachers as a part of their education in the form of coursework, homework, dissertation, essay, and etc. While studying, the main goal of students is learning. There are 9 types of assignment that mostly used in teaching and learning.
9? Wow. Do you mind to explain that types?
No, let me clarify the types. First, page-by-page assignments. The type is sometimes called the textbook assignment. It designates the number of pages to be covered. Page-by-page assignment is unsatisfactory, but recent studies have revealed that this type is still widely used in the elementary grades. Second, problem assignment. This type is assignment gets away from the basic textbook idea, and it encourages the use of references and stimulates reflective thinking. And I think in this type, the problem to be solved in the prime consideration. Special direction and suggestion are important in this type of assignment. And the third, topical assignment. In this kind of assignment, the topic is to be developed is the prime consideration. This is also a form of textbook assignment, which is often given in social and natural science subjects. And next, fourth, right?
Yes, fourth.
Fourth, project assignment. This is a special type of assignment which is best adapted to vocational courses, the natural science subjects, and in some measure to social science subjects and other content subjects. In this type of assignment, a project is considered a unit. And the fifth, contract assignment. This form of assignment is extensively used in individualized types of instruction with the main purpose of adjusting the task to the ability and interest of the individual. And next, the sixth, unit assignment. This type is associated with the mastery plan and the cycle plan of instruction, and it is best adapted to the subject which are divided into units. The so-called flexible assignment is used with the unit assignment plan. And then seventh, cooperative or group assignment. Cooperative assignment is most frequently utilized in a socialized type of recitation or in a project method of instruction. Assignment of this type stimulates pupils to do their own thinking and to organize their materials. Here, pupils also participate in determining the desirable objectives and in deciding what should be done to attain them. Cooperative assignment can be utilized to advantage in many high school classes, I think. And the next, syllabus assignment. Syllabus assignment is often utilized in the college or university. And in this type of assignment, questions and references are given to guide the students. Here again, good questions and other suggestions are given to ensure attention to the important points of the lessons. And this is the last. This is drill assignment.
Okay.
It is the purpose of the assignment to strengthen the connection formed in the process of growth in mental motor skills. Memorizing a poem or mastery of facts or simple combination facts in arithmetic are good example of this type of assignment. And I think drill assignments, like other type of assignment, should be motivated.
Okay, wow, so many types of assignment. How can you memorize all of that?
Oh, Sil, we are future teacher.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. Next question. What the importance of assignment?
Yeah, it is really important.
What the important things?
Assignment can be enhancement of learners. Students are given various projects and assignments which will require them to get involved in them because it supports the overall development. It has been a proven fact that the growth of the human brain is directly related to their development, and thus it can safely be said that assignment intensifies the learning skills of the learners.
Okay.
And assignment can be improved practical skills. In the process of doing assignment, you will get to know the correct structure or pattern of the assignment. Assignment can unique, which means you need to understand of the topic of the assignment. When a student is trying to get a clear picture of the topic, they ought to develop a firm command over the subject, which definitely puts up your practical skills, which will be required in your further junction in life.
Wow.
And this is the last. Assignment can be make you learn about time management.
Wow. Okay.
Yes, usually universities and college assign a lot of assignments to complete within a deadline, which teach them managing time effectively. By all the assignments, they will learn to schedule their tasks according to priority. They gain the skills to determine the project efficiency according to time, which enhance their time management skills. As this skill is important in your workplace too, you will find it easier to cope with work culture soon.
Oh, wait. Oh, I thought that I'm not inviting my friends, but I am inviting expert here.
No, please don't say that.
Oh no, oh my god. You're really good, Pa. It's make me want to ask you another question.
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, nowadays homework being a debate topic because some of people thought that homework doesn't effective for students. What do you thinking about that?
I thought that we cannot judge one side of thoughts. We have to look at things from many sides so that we can really judge which ones need improvement. Behind that, why don't we get to the real root of the problem? Why does homework look so evil? These are some of the things that probably make a lot of people hate homework. You know that why a lot of people hate homework? Because first, just do the questions. Second, the number of questions is too much with too little time.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes. And the third, many questions are not relevant to the topic that has just been taught. Fourth, never being discussed. The teacher also forgets that he has given homework. And fifth, homework is given massively by each teacher. And sixth, a lot of tiring homework. It's like making essay of at least 4 folio sheets and etc. And last, much homework doesn't affect student knowledge or grades.
Yeah, that's right. It is mean if the homework still in the lines, it will not be hated by students, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Alright, about homework, which is good to give homework based on the book or created by the teacher?
It must be on teacher's made and based on material.
Oh, okay. So it can be authentic.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, and now we move to the other side. That is about feedback. What do you thinking about feedback, Fah?
Okay, feedback. Feedback is an important part of the assessment process. Feedback is probably the most crucial way in which you can support your learners throughout their learning process. The way in which you provide feedback can have a dramatic influence on your learners' confidence in the subject and their motivation to continue persevering, especially if they are struggling. Just like assignment, feedback also has the type of it.
Okay, just mention the name of the types.
Okay, the types are informal feedback, formal feedback, and then formative feedback, summative feedback,
Okay.
student peer feedback, and the last student self feedback.
Is feedback important?
Yeah, of course, it is important because feedback can contribute to learning when it is noticed. Contributes even more to learning when the learner reflects on the lesson for next time. Feedback containing advice originating from the student's work is more likely to be given attention, understood, and acted upon. And feedback can full constructive reflection by the learner. Yeah, that's all.
Okay. Then what the relationship between assignment and feedback?
Okay, feedback is complementary to the effectiveness of the assignment.
Oh wow. Okay. And Fah, what if we hear the word education, the first things that comes to mind is learning and assignment, right?
Yes, that's right.
And that is what mostly teachers and students do in their education. As you say that feedback still related to assignment, however, there are still many teachers and lecturers that sometimes don't give feedback. How your opinion about that?
Okay, regarding this matter, we cannot deny that in Indonesia there are still many teachers who give assignments but do not provide feedback on the assignment. For example, every week students are only given assignments, and then the next week they have assignment again, and so on like that. As a result, students are confused that the assignment given has the same command, but the results of their assignment, which the previous week have not been told where the error is. So to work on the assignment the next week that they still follow the answer format in the previous week. Here it is very visible the ineffectiveness of the learning, especially if the teacher always gives assignments only and there is no kind of interaction such as reviewing the assignments and others. Back again that feedback is very important in assignments.
So it can be said that actually assignment cannot be separated from feedback. Okay, this means that our title in this podcast is not quite right because phrases means the opposite. But when we have discussed here, it turns out that feedback and assignment are like handphone and quota that cannot be separated. But it's okay because that's right. There are still many people who think that assignments and feedback are something different. And in this podcast, we reveal these simple things, but it's the one of the determinants of the quality of education too, right?
Yes, right.
Okay. Then what happens if the teacher just gives assignment without feedback?
Okay, teachers are professionally responsible for the successful of their students towards the expected goals. None of the teachers want their students to fail in achievement. No teacher is happy that their students have failed. Student learning failure is not only a loss for those concerned, but also a loss for teacher and parents. Armed with the knowledge, the teacher strives so that no student experiences failure in learning. One of them is by providing feedback on learning. If the teacher doesn't provide feedback, it has a very negative effect on students. Students are not stimulated to study harder because their work is not appreciated. If students do not get suggestions or comments, students do not understand the shortcomings of their work and do not want to improve them. How? Very fatal, right?
Yes, I agree. Because if so, the students will feel that what they were doing was right, even though it could have turned out that there was a mistake in their work. So don't separate assignment and feedback. Okay, the last one, Fah. What are techniques of giving assignment and feedback so that it can actually meaningful to the students?
In my opinion, this is based on my experience and my friends and the complaints. It is about that we heard that the good assignment is the result of prior consideration from the teacher. The meaning is that the teacher must first understand how the student is. Then, the assignment will adjust accordingly. With the situation of the student, so whether the student has a lot of work also from other subject matters. Therefore, teacher's interaction is also very important here.
Okay.
Teachers should not be selfish with their own learning. That about their own learning goals, but teachers have to pay attention to the situation earlier because this aims to make the students feel cared for and the students does the task sincerely because many students are not taking the assignment seriously with the aim just for completing the task. Well connected with how to provide feedback. Of course, there are many ways or methods. It all depends on the teacher, how familiar he is or she is with the learning system. What are the learning objectives so that they understand how to give feedback so that all of the achieve.
Okay, wow. So understanding is very important.
Yes.
Whether it's understanding the students or understanding the assignment. Okay, we have been talking for a quite while and the question is over. Alright, now we have to end our talking here. Thank you, Fifa, for wanting to talk today, and hopefully in the future we can talk again like this. Yeah, don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. Thank you.